Welcome back live to Grid Life Live here at Pikes Peak International Raceway in Fountain, Colorado. A beautiful evening with the sunset just a couple minutes ago, and the lights are on. The intensity rises here. Grid Life Touring Cup Top 10 Shootout at Pikes Peak. And, Abe, we're back here, and this is going to be a fun one. We take our top 10 finishers from race number 2, and now they get to qualify again. One lap to rule them all here.
Yeah, it's a little time attack-like. I would expect drivers like Andy Smedgaard to be very quick here, really used to be going out and performing really in a do-or-die type scenario.
Yeah, so again, how this is going to go is we have our top 10 finishers, each one at a time, starting with our 10th place finisher from race 2. They're going to step on out of the racetrack, all the eyeballs on them for one lap. You run that one lap, that time is your qualifying time. A mistake, oh well, you don't get another chance. You get to go one time, and that's it. So how this is going to work, we're going to send one car out on the track at a time, 10th down to 1st. That will set our grid for race number 3, which will be a little bit later this evening. Everybody else that was not in the top 10 will start at the tail of the grid in the order that they finished in race number 2. They will not get a chance to improve their starting position. So with the sun now behind the mountains and the skies, an amber gold color, looking beautiful off in the distance. The racetrack is quiet now, and we see the start stand lit up tonight, which should be a little bit easier to see for the green flag in the race number 3 here tonight. And who is our first roller here?
Looks like Savannah Little will be the first to take to the track.
This has been her first Grid Life Touring Cup event. That car is a Spec MX-5 Challenge NC MX-5, which is sort of underpowered, and I say sort of, it is underpowered for Grid Life Touring Cup. So her straightaway speed has not been there, but that car is a great handling racing machine, so it excels on the infield section of this 1.3 mile 9-turn road course. Then up after Savannah Little, it's going to be Ryan Upham, then Bill Griffin, Tom O'Gorman, Justin Lee, McNulty, Cox Kelly, Kutil, and Andy Smedgaard. Notable omission from this list is Tiffany Kelly, last year's Pikes Peak International Raceway weekend champion. With her issues in race number 2, she lost the opportunity to qualify up front, which is going to hurt the rest of her weekend.
Yeah, struggling a little bit. Seems like just some setup issues. One of the consequences of going through constant changes is that it's very difficult to dial in a car.
Yeah, it definitely is tricky, and well, we got lights on tonight for those Myriad Motorsports cars, which were in the dark last night. And I do hear a car rolling, and I think we're sending someone out on track right now. I see underneath me, I think that's Justin Lee pulling out of the paddock and onto the pit lane. So he's got his underglow set up. A couple cars out there with some LEDs strapped to the underside and on top of cars like Tom O'Gorman, so they'll look nice and pretty. So lights are on, intensity's up for Grid Life Touring Cup Top 10 Shootout from Pikes Peak International Raceway. Again, my name's Kyle Heyer, joined by Abram Schmucker, and well, we've got a minute to wait before we roll cars. This will be about a 10-minute session. We're going to basically start the next car as soon as Savannah passes on the start-finish line here. You see her working through the infield now, warming up the tires in this car, getting those slicks up to temp. Not an issue you had to worry about earlier today, but with the track temp dropping. Actually, you know who's out there right now? That looks to be Quincy Burke in the number 91. So
does look that way.
So it looks like it'll be Burke out first, maybe Savannah a little after, or they traded spots at the end. I can't remember who beat who to the line. So Quincy Burke, first driver up in the number 91. That is in 2004 Mazda RX-8, and well, it's got the Dorito motor in it.
You know, it shoots a lot of fire.
Cars that shoot fire are better than cars that don't shoot fire. This
Agreed.
is a fact. Across the line to start the lap, Quincy Burke in the number 91, or is that Quincy Burke, or is that Savannah? I can't tell.
No, that's got to be Quincy Burke.
I guess he's the only one out on track. It definitely sounds like Quincy Burke. Cross line into turn 1, ripping the high line all the way against the wall, running that Larson line. They come out of turn number 2 and towards 3. The kink, a hard left-hander that will lead into turn 4. There it is, light bar glowing on the nose of that car. Now a hard left kink, sweep the car in, slam on the binders, downshift, 5, 4, 3, 2. Then it tip the car in, rotate around, trail brake, get the nose rotated, then back on the throttle, all the way out to the exit curb, and then the run down to turn 5.
Fantastic performance into the infield section here. Let's see if he can carry. There's that fire.
Flames out the exhaust pipes of this car, up on top of the curb, trying to get the car rotated. LED lights on the nose, blaring and giving him some sort of visibility. Now over the curbs, big jump on the left. Now big jump on the right. Flames shooting fire like Elon Musk flamethrower out the side of that car as he turns back onto the oval. Quincy Burke in the 91 car. The RX-8 throttling back up to the line. Where is he going to stack up in Grid Life Touring Cup Top 10 Shootout across the line? That will be Across the timing line, a 107-144 for Quincy Burke. So not sure it'll be at the top of the order, but still a strong effort. Now, here comes Savannah Little. She was ninth place in race number 2 earlier today. This, again, is a Spec MX-5 Challenge car, underpowered, but it's going to handle amazingly. No aero on this car either. She's going to pull up out of NASCAR turn 4, throttle up all the way to the top of 5th gear into turn number 1.
So Quincy Burke was able to improve on his race 2 fast lap time by about a second,
wow.
I think. So really substantial performance by him. Kudos.
Getting after it there, and Savannah Little now through turn number 2 in the NASCAR bend, and there's Quincy Burke on his cool-down lap now, but Savannah Little going to come out of turn number 2 and into the braking zone. This car, pretty lightweight for what it is, and this is where it's going to excel. So she's going to have to make up all her time here in the infield section. Down to 2nd gear, hug the apex real tight here, use the handling of this car, bit of understeer through the middle of 3.
Yeah, limited to no aero on this car, so really leaving a lot on the table. Car being underpowered and under aero, so any fast time that she runs will be a credit to her driving ability.
Yeah, and throttling up way out wide to the edge of the racetrack tires, slamming over the curbing on exit. Now through 6, 7, and 8, climb up the curbs on the left, climb up on the right. A little bit careful there to not mount the curb. Maybe that car doesn't handle quite so well in that section. Now through NASCAR turn number 4, climbing the banking again. This car going to struggle for straightaway speed. We'll see where Savannah Little lines up in her first GRIDLIFE Touring Cup event. She's in the GLTC shootout across the line. Where does Savannah Little line up? To Quincy Burke, a 107-144, the time to beat, 107-596. Slower than Quincy Burke. She'll line up 2nd for now. Good effort there, though, and she got after it definitely in the infield. The question is, the next car out, can they improve? And we're going to see times continue to fall, and I think we're expecting the next car to be Ryan Upham or Bill Griffin.
Next car up on track is Bill Griffin.
All right, number 46 car, Turner BMW livery on that vehicle, waiting to see Bill pop out of the darkness, and I see the headlights. There he is. And this car is beautiful. It is a great-looking car. It has a new motor in it. Look, he's got some lights on top of that thing, looking like the police out there down into turn number 4. And he'll certainly be chasing some people tonight as he heads through turn number 4 and throttling up into 5. And Bill Griffin, a lot of experience, been around racing for a long time and has been in this car for a long time. It's seen racetracks all over North America. Nice, composed, and collected at the exit at turn 5. Not a lot of drama out of this car, so we're pretty hooked up, but will it be fast? Over the curbs on the left, big jump there on the left front suspension. Now over the right, little unsettled through there. Couldn't get the car to rotate without some curbage, and now back onto the oval again. Pretty clean-looking lap, but that curb hop in 7 might have cost him a little bit of time. Across the line here, throttling up in this BMW. Across the line, needs to beat a 107-144. He will come across. The time is a 105-733, or 773, excuse me, easily besting Quincy Burke with a 107-144. So Griffin up to the lead. Next car out. This one's easy to spot. I believe that this is Tom O'Gorman in the number 94 Honda S2000, and he is a 4-time IMSA Michelin Pilot Challenge winner, a 2-time Pirelli World Challenge champion, and we know he's fast and competitive, and this car a little underpowered for the altitude he's at, but that car easy to spot with the LEDs all over it. He came across the timing and scoring line. There he is, and lighting up the night in Tom O'Gorman
That's
fashion.
pretty hot right there.
That's pretty hot, and into turn number 4 on the brakes. And I can't believe that's not distracting to him as he comes on through, trying to get everything. And Tom's a driver. There is no limiting Tom O'Gorman right now. If he doesn't get to the top of the board, it's the car, not the driver. We know that. And this is a brand new car to him. A little bit of a skip and hop over the turn 5 curb, way out to the edge of the racetrack, exploring track limits. Now through the curbing here in the infield, slamming over 4 tires on the left, 4 tires on the right, trying to get every little bit of speed he can, slipping and sliding the rear end now. Dabbing on the brakes, getting the car to rotate, throttling back up. This car at altitude struggles to make power. Get in that VTEC, Tomo. Bring it back to the start-finish line. Tom O'Gorman, 4-time IMSA Michelin Pilot Challenge winner across the line. Can he sit on pole in GLTC? What time is he going to run? Needs to beat a 104. He did it, 104.163. Tom O'Gorman, top of the board.
Yeah, that's a fantastic lap from him. His best time in race lap in race 2 was a 104.888.
Yeah,
so taking about 7/10 off of his best lap during race 2.
He absolutely killed it right there. That's going to be a fairly competitive lap time. Now next on track will be Justin Lee in the number 33 MX-5. Another 2.5 Ford swap in this machine. Across the line, the blue underglow glowing under that car. Full commit into turn 1. That's well north of 120 miles an hour. Now ride the fence. Use that extra racetrack to the outside to carry speed into turn number 3. Now the real question is on the brake. breaks into the infield. He had a great battle here earlier in the weekend with Savannah Little and Bill Griffin. This car excels in these tight and twisty bits. Got some aero as well, helping in the faster parts.
Good looking car too. Got the numbers lit up, which is a very
helpful,
very pro racing look.
Yes, and thank you, Justin, for that, because I'm going to need that later tonight. Now through the infield section, out of turn 4 into turn 5. Jump down on those brakes, rev match, get the car into gear properly. And nicely done, tucks it in tight into turn number 5, throttling out now. Very composed looking. Aero helping this car just a touch. Now we'll see how aggressive he is over the curbs in turn 6, 7, and 8. Left, full commit. Right, can he get up on him? Not quite. He has to avoid the right-hander there just to keep the car settled. Now back into turn number 9 and back up on the banking. Justin Lee. Can he beat Tom O'Gorman's 104-163 and put himself on pole in GRIDLIFE Touring Cup, the top 10 shootout across the line for Justin Lee in his MX-5? Will he be on pole for GLTC? He will not. P3, 106.607 for the number 33.
So quite a bit slower than his best lap recorded in race 2. 104.235 was his previous best. So tricky to get all of that performance out of that one lap shootout.
Oh, I couldn't see it, but I know what car comes on through because I heard the ground rumble. That was Sally McNulty throttling up as she comes across the start-finish line. And this car, again, the turbo expired on it in race number 1 last night, and she's going to come out of turn number 2. And this car with the red, I love that look on the B pillar as well.
Sally's got a lot of time attack experience, so this may suit her very well.
Yeah, so she look at her climbing the curb there on turn 4, getting the car to rotate in, and now into 5. This is a key corner for this car. Again, I heard Eric Kutil say the front-wheel drive platform, not amazing at this particular track because of how tight and twisty it is, but McNulty, this car at altitude with the turbo, it's going to help all the way out to track edge. Now the commitment through 6, 7, 8. Can she string this together? Left side's up. Will she get the curb on the right? Yes, she will. Now she's going to go through turn number 9, back out onto the oval, dab on the brakes, throttle up, use the power in this 2018 Civic Si, and she'll come back to line. She needs to beat a 104.163 to get on provisional pole. Can she do it? And Sally McNulty, her best finish of her career earlier today across the line, 107.596. That was actually, excuse me, that was 105.753. She jumps to P2. So great run there for McNulty. So that will put her second, but a second and a half back from Tomo. Great lap that he had there. Next car across the line. Couldn't see what that one was. That's the Corvette Stephen Cox in the 117, 5.3 liter V8 in this car. Battled with burning off the rear tires in race 1 last night. Now we get to see this car all by itself.
Yeah, very exciting race to watch last night with Andy Smedgaard. A little bit of chaos at the start, but great battle between those two guys, and really unique car to see in GLTC.
Slamming the binders. Again, the V8s take a pretty big weight penalty for having big bore engines along with a flat torque curve for detuning. But out of turn number 4, going to throttle up, use the torque in this infield section. This car is great from a dig, which is so important at this tight and twisty roval. Nicely composed. Will he get the power down on exit? A little bit wide here, going to run out just a touch. Now the commitment through 6, 7, 8 on the left. Climbs the curbs, almost bottoming out there on the rumble strips. Now back to the right. Beautiful line through there. Nicely tied in. Now back to the left and use the power. Big slide there, some counter steer, throttling up. Where will Stephen Cox line up? Can he sit on provisional pole and beat IMSA winner Tom O'Gorman at the line? Here he comes, throttling up V8 power on the start finish of the oval. Here he comes across the line.
105.173.
Wow, quick lap for him, but not quick enough to be on top. Tom O'Gorman really showing his stuff there, and we know he's good. Next car across the line. This is going to be Justin Kelly in the Myriad Motorsports car as he comes across the line, the number 86, an S2000 powered FRS. They got a big old light bar on it now, easier to see tonight.
Might be the loudest car in GLTC too.
It is not a quiet car, but across the start-finish line, Justin Kelly out of Nebraska. This is a home track for this team this weekend. And in the dark of night last night, they struggled to see anything. Got the light bar on the nose this evening into turn number 4. Tucks it in tight. Little wide on exit. Maybe a push of understeer all the way out to track edge. Now the run down to turn 5. Get on the brakes. Get down the downshifts. Heel toe. Tip it in. This car is so balanced. The chassis loves these infield sections. And nice grip. Look at that car just stick on corner exit.
Yeah, really good balance between mechanical grip and the power delivery in that car. Really impressive.
And now nicely tucked into 6, 7, 8. Now back out of turn number 9. They let this S2000 power plant rip, climb the banking like a stock car rumbling at the exit of turn number 4. The the S2000 powered motor going to bring this to the line. Where is Justin Kelly going to line up? He should be provisional pole. He is by 0.7 of a second. Justin Kelly, 103.448.
Yeah, great lap. Fantastic. Right near his best lap time during race number 2.
And now, so we've finally dethroned Tomo at the top of the board. Still a really impressive lap for him in the number 94 with that car being so new. Next car to come across the line in the darkness is going to be Eric Kutil in the number 82. That's the 1992 Honda Civic Si. Broke parts and pieces last night, got them fixed up and repaired, and here he is across the line. This car, tons of downforce, but he said if he tuned it for the infield, he was crashing on the oval, and if he had it tuned for the oval, he was understeering in the infield. So into the braking zone now for Eric Kutil in the 82. Heel toe, auto assets on this car, and he's going to tuck it in here tight into turn number 4. And climb up out towards 5. This car is going to be fast. It's going to look very composed. The front-wheel drive going to tow this car around rather than push it. On the brakes now for 5. Couple flames shooting out the bottom there.
Not too bad.
Not too bad. Missing a taillight, though, as he comes out of 5 now into the twisty bits. Climbing the curbs on the left. Yes, now climbing the curbs on the right. Going to grab the apex right over the top. Maybe get some dirt on the track there as well. Swing back to driver's left. Climb the banking. Eric Kutil, an 11-time winner in GRIDLIFE Touring Cup. Second in the year-long point standings, only to Aaron Lichty. And Eric Kutil trying to grab himself a victory. He's going to have to beat Smedgaard tonight. We'll see where he will start across the line. Kutil in the number 82 will jump to second, 103.920.
Car looking fast coming through start finish, but not quite enough to take the top spot from Justin Kelly.
Last car now, Andy Smedgaard in the number 212. He has won both races so far this weekend. We have never seen a driver sweep all 4 races in a GRIDLIFE Touring Cup weekend. He is on par to do just that if he can win race 3 tonight. Across the line, this S2000, first event for it was at GRIDLIFE at Gingerman a few months ago. That car broke. It was fixed by the time the weekend was over. He went to Autobahn, won his first race, won his second one just last night, last night, and also got one this morning as well. So here he comes into the braking zone for turn 4.
Yeah, he really loves this car. He calls it the trainer because just about everybody on the planet has had a session being able to drive this car and hone their craft.
Yeah, a little bit loose at the exit of turn 4, but that hasn't slowed him down yet this weekend. I fully expect this car to be pole-sitting worthy. Now into 5, can he get the car slowed? ABS vibrating the pedal under his right foot as he downshifts the car. Clean line through turn 5, accelerating out, touching the track edge. This is the commitment line. How do you get through here? Big-time curb hop on the left, big-time curb hop on the right, full commitment now into turn 9. Last corner, get the power down. And can he take pole for GRIDLIFE Touring Cup Top 10 Shootout at Pikes Peak International Raceway for GRIDLIFE Alpine Horizon? Here comes Andy Smedgaard.
Finish.
Here he comes across the line. Will he be on pole? It'll be Justin Kelly. Smedgaard jumps up to third. It's Justin Kelly hanging on for the pole in GRIDLIFE Touring Cup Top 10 Shootout. The hometown boy in the 86 FRS is going to be your pole sitter for race number 3.
Congratulations to Justin Kelly on a fantastic lap, outperforming relative to his earlier races. That car is looking dialed in.
Unbelievable run by Justin Kelly. Big shout out to Tom O'Gorman putting himself 4th with a car that is definitely underpowered for the altitude. We're going to see him line up on row number 2. An unbelievable drive there by everybody in the top 5. And Savannah McNulty going to roll off in 6th. Good run for her as well. So Justin Kelly, Eric Kutil, Andy Smedgaard, Tom O'Gorman, Stephen Cox, your top 5.
Yeah, less than 1 second separating those top 4 cars. Really impressive performance by all involved.